Pleasant evening on today. Lakeisha-mcknight is here, your leadership specialist and wealth mentor. Welcome everyone to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I'm glad to be here before you on this evening. Welcome aboard. It's about 8:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, February the 9th of 2020. Hopefully you all are having a pleasant evening. I am doing great. I'm absolutely great right now. Just enjoying life, right? Enjoying life to the fullest as much as I can. And so welcome everyone. We do this show every single evening around about 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes a little bit earlier, simply because we may have some meetings, we may have some other events that we have going on. Like for example, tonight, we have a show, actually a training that's going to be happening right after this. And this is for people who are plugged in and connected to a wealth building system that people are grabbing a hold of every single moment of the day. There are people all around the world that's plugging in. So welcome aboard, everyone. And the purpose of the show really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win. That's what we want to do, help you to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. Those are the three focus areas that we really dig into. And so if you want to grow your influence, if you want to impact the lives of more people, and you want to grow your income, listen, you're in the right place at the right time. And so I just want you to stay put because we have some great information to share tonight. Now, I've actually been diving into yet another one of John Maxwell's books. And this is a book that I actually do masterminds off of, okay? And so it's a book entitled The 15 Irrefutable Laws of Growth. As you can see, I dig into it really good, right? And so it's John Maxwell's 15 Irrefutable Laws of Growth. And one of the things that he emphasizes, particularly in this book, is he talks about how to find your purpose and how to find your passion. Now, I'm speaking specifically to leaders, men and women alike. Now, you don't have to necessarily be a home-based business owner already. You could be you're seeking to find out what it is you're specifically supposed to be doing, right? Maybe you're not quite sure yet, and it doesn't matter. Listen, now is the time to seek that out and to discover that. What is your passion? What is clearly your purpose? And listen, before we even dive into this, if you feel the urge to want to share this out, go ahead and do it. Share it on your timeline, share it in a group or on a fan page, or better yet, send this to a direct message to someone to inspire them to discover their passion and their purpose. And so, for example, let me just share with you before I dive into the point here, for myself, I actually was on the journey at one point of becoming an attorney. Many people don't know that. But in my mind, of course, and of course was encouraged by parents, right, to become an attorney, to become a lawyer, and to really advocate for the rights of others. Now, I have no problem with that, except this. Was it really truly the assignment that God has called me to? And you have to ask yourself the question right now. Has God called you to do what you're presently doing right now? Is this your divine assignment where you are, the career path that you're on right now? Is this what God has called you to do? Ask yourself the big question. And if you're still trying to be certain of that, you want to know that you know that you know that you're on the right path. This episode may help you to discover that. So let me just share something. One of the laws that John Maxwell emphasizes in this particular book here is the law of awareness. The law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself is essentially what this law is saying. You must know yourself to grow yourself. That is what the law of awareness says. And, he says, in order to really discover and find your passion and your purpose, he actually consulted with a psychotherapist by the name of Nathaniel Brendan. And he asserts this: the first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. If you want to change and grow, then you must know yourself, right? And accept who you are before you can start building. And then he goes into about 10 questions. Now, I'm not going to go into all 10 questions tonight, but there is one question here that's really, really important that stood out to me the most. And the question is this: will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Will you, those of you watching this, will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Whether it be becoming a full-time business owner where you're just operating in your business, you're not on your 9 to 5, will you pay the price to do what you want to do? That is the big question at hand. And here's what he says specifically in this particular question. He says, author and educator James Tom said, probably the most honest self-made man ever was the one we heard say, I got to the top the hard way, fighting my own laziness and ignorance every step of the way. You see, that sure has a lot of truth in it, doesn't it? When it comes to barriers to success, we are usually our own worst enemies, and I know that to be the truth. He says this: several years ago, I came across a piece called Dream Big. It's full of encouraging words, but also captures what it takes to follow your dreams. It says this. Here's what it says. If there were ever a time to dare, to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days here count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch, dream big. Know, though, that things worth doing seldom come easy. There will be good days and there will be bad days. There will be times when you want to turn around, pack it up, and call it quits. Those times tell you that you are pushing yourself, that you are not afraid to learn by trying. Here's the point that he's making here in this section with this question. He says, taking the steps necessary to live your dreams and do what you want to do will cost you. You will have to work hard. You will have to make sacrifices. You will have to keep learning and growing and changing. Again, you're going to have to keep learning. You're going to have to keep growing, and you're going to have to keep changing. Are you willing to pay that price? I certainly hope that you are. But know this: most people aren't. Most people are not willing to pay the price to do what it is that they want to do. So you have to ask yourself that big question. Are you willing to pay the price? There are going to be some hurdles that you're going to have to jump over. There are going to be some nights where you're just crying and wondering, why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Why aren't people saying yes to this opportunity? Why are they rejecting you? Why do they keep questioning whether it's a scam or whatever it may be that may come into their mind? Why are people responding in such a way? You have to keep pushing and keep going. You have to realize that even with what you're doing, for those of you who are business owners, your product, your opportunity may not be for everyone. I heard this from my senior mentor. You're trying to help other people to become wealthy, right? But here is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is not everyone is going to be wealthy. Every position, every career in life, attorneys, doctors, right? Gardeners, all of these professions are necessary in order to do life. Somebody is going to be needed to cut the grass. Somebody is going to be needed to come in and to fix your pipes in your home. Somebody is going to be needed to come in and fix your car if your car is not working. Every career path is important. Not everyone is going to be on that journey towards building wealth. So I want to encourage you, okay? Be encouraged. Please know that you're on the path to finding your passion and your purpose. Stay the course. Stay the course. Read books. Connect with other people who will actually give you insight as to what they see about you, what they recognize about you. I know for myself, my mom played a very important role in helping me to understand She says, well, Lakeisha, I remember her saying this many years ago. Lakeisha, I see that when you're speaking and you're conveying a point or you're trying to share a message, people are listening in. They're glued to what it is you have to say. You're captivating and actually grabbing the attention of those that you're speaking to. And at that moment, I knew it was something different. I knew that I had my hands on something and I had to continue to work it and grow it. And then even more, when God began to share with me and quicken my spirit about a couple of other things, right? Such as being involved with ministry, I knew that this was it. When I felt a stirring up in my belly, when I felt that fire, of course, in my mouth, when I began to speak, and amongst other things as well, not to get super spiritual during this episode, I knew for a fact that I was on the right path. And so you have to figure out what that is. What is that burden that's on your shoulder that you can't seem to shake, and it's on your mind? It's something that's grabbing your attention that you have to keep moving on, keep on acting upon, and trying to find a solution to and helping people with. What is it that people are coming to you over and over and over again about? That gives you insight about what your passion and what your purpose in life is. So pay attention to the small things as well as what those who are closest to you in your life, what they're saying about you, what they've recognized about you, because it gives you insight as to what your passion and your purpose is. And I'm hoping that you've taken something from today's episode and that it's really tugging upon your heart. And if you've enjoyed it, love the stream. Love this stream on tonight. And hopefully this has really inspired you to or confirm some things about you being and actually walking in your assignment. This is important, especially as you're embarking upon this week and continuing with these weeks in the year 2020. You want to know that you're walking in your assignment, walking in your passion and your purpose. I know that I am. And every time I begin to speak, for example, about the kingdom of God, every time I begin to speak about freedom, there is a quickening in my spirit. There is a hunger and a thirst to want to share this information because the people need to wake up and realize that change is here and you have to grab a hold of it because the time is now. The time is now to be free. There's no better time than now to walk in freedom. I'm talking about freedom, free spiritually, having a physical a life that where your health is doing very, very well, you're physically well, and then also being financially free. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. Financial freedom is at your fingertips. I'm here right now, plugged into an amazing system with my husband and countless other people. And we're helping people to be financially, time, and location free because we're plugged into an amazing money system, a system that people in 146 countries around the world are plugging into for free. And it's helping us to be able to make money while we sleep. It's helping us to be able to establish an estate that we can pass on to our children and our children's children. It's educating us about money, about financial independence. So I'm going to encourage you, for those of you who wants the education, you want to learn how to make money while you sleep so you don't have to work until you die. You want to be amongst other men and women who are going on the same path, the same journey. You want to help other people to be free as well. I'm going to invite you to contact me by way of messenger or the person that shared this particular video with you. Ask them how you can get more information about this amazing money system because it's at your fingertips. It's available for you. So I appreciate your time, every one of you that's here tonight. And I'm going to encourage you, for those of you who want to plug into this, and maybe you're new, maybe you're already plugged into the system. We have training going on right now. It should be starting right now. So if you head on over to www.goldrocks.info, which is connected to the Zoom platform, you're going to be able to access new affiliate training where you're going to understand how all of this works. You're going to get on the fast track to understanding the steps that you need to take a part of this amazing money system. Get on the path to freedom. Plug into the system. Get plugged into this fast track training, and you're going to be well on your way. So we're going to come back here. Okay. We're going to be back here with the Leadership TKO Live Night Show on tomorrow night around 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, listen, I appreciate your time tonight, and I encourage you once again to come on back by. So until the next time that we come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, and God bless.